What's going on, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Desiree. If you are new here in today's video, we are going to reconcile my paycheck for July 10th, 2026. It is currently 9:56 in the morning on July 10th, and I just got through running some errands and, of course, paying some bills. So we're going to go through and reconcile that and see where we are at the end of our budgeted monies. So as you can see here, it's a lot of highlighted green on this sheet, okay? Anything that's highlighted in green has been paid. It's either been paid or there was a credit and it's been paid that way, but it has all been paid. So it's a lot that's highlighted. But there is something that there is one thing that I didn't highlight that I need to highlight, but I have to correct the amount. So let's do that now. And if you hear anything, I'm sitting in my office at home and I have my window open trying to get some air. So if you hear anything, it's just these construction vehicles up and down the street as they continue to repair the parking lot at the elementary school up the street, as well as the playground that they tore up, or playgrounds. There was two of them that they tore up. So I know you can't see this, but I'm correcting how much money I spent on Costco today. So that was the last thing that I needed to highlight here. Yeah, I done jacked up my highlighter. Okay. So now we're going to go into the actual breakdown. Again, today is July 10th. It is payday for me. I am budgeting $1,560. What was surprising to me, I think I told you all in my pre-paycheck budget, that I get a raise, an annual raise in July, but it doesn't take effect to my second paycheck, or I don't see it until my second paycheck. I'm shocked. This is, I think, the first time in many, many years that I've actually received my annual raise when I was supposed to receive my annual raise. So I did get my annual raise. It started in this paycheck, but I'm still going to budget the 1560 um, for this paycheck. So the first thing I did was I paid my car note before I got out of the bed this morning. So that was $479.02. The second thing I did before I got out of the bed is I made this additional payment of $140 to my Discover card, which is my focus on paying off. I did not pay AT&T. So the bill is not, I don't get my bill for another week and a half, I believe. And I think I told you with the last one that I cleared it out. I have a complete zero balance, no longer a credit. And that was my choice because I could not remember exactly how much I was being billed. I couldn't remember if I was being billed $85 a month, $90 a month, or $95 a month because I always pay more than what was due. So far, I have not received any communication from AT&T stating that they are going to increase my service. So I'm hoping that they're not. And because I typically pay $95 a month, what I ended up doing was taking this $95 and transferring it to my savings account. That way, I won't think that I have more money in my checking account than I actually do. So we're going to leave this blank until I get my bill from AT&T, which will probably be in another week. Mohila, my student loan payment, $211.66. This is not due until the 27th of the month, and it's already scheduled. However, I am paying it out of the paycheck of July 10th. So I did the same thing. I transferred this over to my savings account along with my AT&T bill, payment. So I don't think I have more money available than I do. City number 2, additional payment of $40 that was made today. My sinking funds, I did take out the $120 for the sinking funds and disperse them as I normally do. $20 went to Vashti, $20 went to Christmas, $20 went to laundry, and $20 went to my savings. along with the $40 that I had in my wallet for gas. So my savings got a total of $60 for this particular paycheck, or from this particular pay period, excuse me. And that savings envelope, once again, is for me to make big payments towards my credit card. Okay. Costco. Well, let me jump down here to my car insurance. I is like I did with the student loan and AT&T. I transferred $78.10 to my savings account to cover my one half to cover half of my car insurance that is due the next time I get paid. So all of that money is sitting in my savings account, so I know it's there. I know what it's there for, and I know I can't spend it. Okay. When I do this, when I transfer bill money over to my savings account that is not ready to be paid, I find that I do better because I know that that money is there. I just don't see it where I'm most active as far as my checking account. And I know when it's time for me to move that money to pay that bill, the money is there. If I leave it in my checking account, I will have the tendency to think that I have more than I actually do because I'll forget that something is due, or, something has to be paid, and then I'm trying to scramble to take money out of another checking account or savings account and all this other stuff. So this is what helps me out. What I noticed when I was doing this before, this is what helps me out the best. Now, as far as Costco, I just placed my Costco order, and instead of it being $210, it was a total of $161.16. That is because I think I told you all about the chicken breast. I said I was going to get 2 packs, or 2 bags. I'm only getting 1 bag because as I counted the chicken in my freezer, I literally have 18 pieces of chicken, which in the bag that you get from Costco is anywhere from 16 to 18 pieces. So I only need 1 bag. On top of that, the cost went up. It was $30 the last time, which was the second quarter, because we are now in the third quarter. Um, it was $30. Now the price went up to $34.04. So I got one of those. The ground turkey is $29.50. This is the one that I was telling you. It's like four big packs in one, but they're perforated. It's $29.50. The Premier Protein went up from $34 to $36.31. I only got 2 of those because I still have a case already at home. So my total ended up being $161.16 because I did include a tip, a delivery tip. So without the delivery tip, well, without the delivery tip that I adjusted, it would have been a little bit lower than this. But we are good. Car insurance, like I said, I put that in my savings account. Groceries. So here's the thing with the groceries. I have not spent any money on groceries with this paycheck, and I won't. Reason being is I was supposed to get my wisdom tooth taken out this past Monday on July 6th. That did not occur. I had to reschedule due to the fact that there was some transportation issues, meaning the service that I selected, I did need a driver, and I thought I didn't need a driver, and I couldn't find one at the last minute, so I had to reschedule. Um, I had to reschedule that, which cost me an additional $70. That did not come out of this budget. Okay, it did not come out of this budget. So I rescheduled it for this Monday coming up on the 13th, and it's not going to cost me the 800, excuse me, the $892 I originally thought it was going to cost me, because I switched the service. It's only going to cost me a little up under $500, but still, okay, but still, I'm not spending money on groceries this week because of that. Since I'm getting my tooth taken out, I'm not able to eat solid foods. I can only eat soft foods. So because I thought I was going to get it taken out on the 6th, I went and purchased grits, um, gelatin, jello pudding, the Card Master smoothie drinks, protein drinks from Kroger. I got those, and I have some eggs. I have some potatoes because I can't have mashed potatoes. I can only eat soft foods for about a week. So that's what I have. I bought that a week and a half ago. I haven't touched it, so I still have it. So starting Monday next week, while I'm off on vacation, this is what I have to eat: eggs, grits, gelatin, jello pudding, my premier protein drinks, as well as the Card Master Kroger smoothie protein drinks that I have. That's it. That's all I can eat, y'all. I mean, I could be brave and go get some soup or broth, but it's going to be over 90 degrees every day next week. I'm not doing that. So, no groceries this week. Um, and how did y'all? I don't know. I'm quite sure almost everybody in the country had 90 plus degree weather the week of July 4th. How did you all deal with that? Because I have to tell you, I had to go get a room. I do not have central air in my home. However, I'm hoping to make that change within the next year because I was privy to a program that I absolutely qualified for, and I submitted everything, and I was approved to get electrical upgrades and a complete HVAC system overhaul. So that does include heating and cooling, obviously. So I'm just waiting for the people to get back to me. It's going to take a while. I cannot wait. But in the meantime, I had to go get a room. And I did have to put it on my credit card, my city card number one. You will begin to see payments being made to that card in August. I did make a payment already, but that did not come out of this budget. That came out of money that I had available from my last paycheck in June. Okay. So I had to spend about $380 for a room for 2 nights. Um, and yeah, it was ridiculously hot in my house. So I had to do that. And looking at the weather last night, the weather forecast last night, it looked as though as I'm going to have to probably get a room for at least one night this week coming up. But I'm going to try to push through it. As long as the low temperature doesn't exceed like 72 or 73 degrees, I should be okay. But if it's going to go above that, I'm going to have to get a room. So such is life. You know, you try to pay off your debt, you try to pay off your credit cards and move on, but things happen to where you don't have a choice. And by me having asthma, I'm not playing with it. I'd rather put a room on a credit card and pay that off in due time than get a medical bill, an unnecessary medical bill on top of that. So, I'm not going to be able to. Well, I actually can put my student loan here because this is the exact amount that I'm paying, and my car insurance. I can put this here. The only thing that I cannot do is put down what I'm going to be paying for AT&T because I doubt it's going to be $95. I think it's going to be roughly to start off 85 and keep it at a zero balance for a couple of months and then gradually increase those payments. So I'm not going to close this out right now, but if I were to close it out with the 95, let's see how much it will be. So it would have been 1324.94. Subtract the 1560. I should have, if I did the full $95, $235.06 available. After all of the bills are paid, it'll probably be more than that, to be honest with you. Again, because I don't see myself paying the full $95 out of here, but the majority of it. Okay. So, once I receive my bill from AT&T, as a matter of fact, I have my computer up. Let's look. I have my computer up because I did place, like I said, a Costco order, and I'm getting it delivered today. Um, and I said AT&T. What is going on with this computer? Yeah, my computer be doing what it want to do sometimes, when it want to do it, how it wants to do it. So how did you all survive all that heat and humidity? I mean, I know some people are used to it. I'm used to it being here in Michigan. I mean, we get it, but for some reason, this heat was different than the heat that we got last year. Last year, it was I was still able to breathe a little bit. This year, this one particular night, I could not breathe. I kept waking up in the middle of the night because it seemed like I was having some kind of difficulty breathing, which caused me to go get a room. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the room for that night. It was a Thursday night. I couldn't get a room for Thursday. Yeah, it was July 3rd. July 3rd? No, July 2nd. I couldn't get a room for July 2nd. I could only get it for the next day. So I got it for July 3rd through the 4th. Um, and yeah, if there's any way where I can find out if there's a family reunion going on at a hotel, can y'all let me know? Because, yeah, I rented a room and I don't know what made me think that I thought for some reason that I was on the top floor of this hotel. Don't ask me why I thought that, but I just naturally assumed I was on the top floor of this hotel. And even walking up to it, I'm looking at it. So I left out of that hotel several times and really swore up and down that I was on the top floor of this hotel. No, I got a reality check on July 3rd. Not July 3rd, July 4th. I got a reality check on the holiday. I had a headache that started around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the hotel that I was in, they have blackout shades, so I closed the blackout shades. Now, mind you, it wasn't even sunny out because it had stormed the day before, so it was cloudy, right? But it was still kind of bright, so I closed the blackout shades. So I'm just laying in the bed, just laying down, and I hear this noise. I'm thinking somebody is on the roof, right? I'm thinking they're popping firecrackers on the roof or doing something or dragging something across the roof. Again, I keep telling y'all, I swore I was on the top floor. No, I wasn't on the top floor. What I heard were kids just running in the room, back and forth, and stomping back and forth. Just, oh my God. And don't get me wrong, I know kids are kids. I understand that. But baby, why are you letting your kids stomp on the floor when you know there is a room right below you? And when I tell you they stomped so much, my headache turned into a migraine. Y'all, I tried. I tried. They went from like the headache started around 3 o'clock and it turned into almost like a migraine at around 5:30. And I was still laying down. Um And then I started feeling a little bit better, not too much better, but I was feeling a little bit better. And I was like, you know what? 7 o'clock, I'm gonna take a shower, and I'm just gonna get myself ready just to be done for the night. I'm leaving in the morning anyway. No big deal. Let me start packing up my stuff. I take a shower. I wait till like 8:30, y'all. These kids were not doing anything from like 7 o'clock to 8:30. So I take my shower. I can't hear anything while I'm in the shower. I get out the shower, I still don't hear nothing. So I'm like, all right, bet, cool, they done stop. 9 o'clock, I get back in the bed and I'm comfortable. My phone is charging. Everything, I packed up everything I needed to pack up. I just had some stuff in the little refrigerator, whatever, right? Nope, they started. They started again. They started again. They started again. Boom, boom. I heard this for 10 minutes straight. Over my head for 10 minutes straight. I heard that. Not only did I hear that, then there were kids running up and down the hallway on the floor that I was on. And then people were talking loud. And I knew it was a family reunion because I kept seeing these people with these shirts, these green and white shirts. It was some kind of, everybody got that name, their family reunion. So, my Instacart person is shopping my Costco order right now. Oh, now my stuff is coming between 10:33 and 11:13. Okay, cool. Thank you, Julie. Anyway, y'all, at 10 o'clock, I couldn't do it no more. I could not do it anymore. I literally, I literally ended up checking out. I checked out, and the lady was like, "You know they're gonna charge you." I said, "You know what?" She said, "Well, do you?" No, first she said, "Do you want to just switch rooms?" I said, "It's not gonna make no sense for me to switch rooms for a couple of hours. I'm irritated because if they're running over my head right now, you could put me in another room, and it's gonna be some more kids running over my head because it was a lot of kids. Again, I understand kids are kids, but at not, why are you allowing your child to stomp around on the floor in a hotel when you know that there's somebody below you? It's just like living in an apartment building. Like, I don't want to hear you ripping and running all night. I don't want to hear all of that. That was one reason why I ended up moving from the apartment that I was in before, because even though I was on the top floor, my neighbor below me, their daughter, all she did was run. She just ran from one part of the apartment to the next, just running all day, and up to 10, 11 o'clock at night. I can hear it. And I'm on the top floor. They were below me. So just imagine all of that above you. And I'm like, yeah, no, I can't do that. I've never been disrespectful to people that are below me and anybody above me, because I wouldn't want all of that noise over my head either. So I would never do that to people, but whatever. Um, so yeah, I ended up checking out. They gave me, they wasn't supposed to, but they did give me a little credit. So one of the charges is being reversed off my credit card. So they gave me a little credit. So we will see. If I do have to get a room, I'm gonna try another hotel in that same area because I like the way that one was set up, to where there was a full kitchen, there was a eating area, there was the living area, the bedroom was in a separate room, and then of course you had the bathroom. So we will see. But anyway, you guys. So yeah, my bill is not up. My AT&T bill is not up just yet. But once it is, I will come back here, close this out, and hopefully by the time I do my paycheck budget for my next paycheck video, not the pre-paycheck, but the next budget, this one here, I should have that done, and we can close this paycheck out, and then the next one we can close that out. So we're on track so far, and we will see how all of this goes. I will see you all in another video. Take care. Bye.